Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special session on dilemma debated. Yes, in our medical field, we have so many confusions, dilemmas, or maybe some controversies as well. So, in today's session, let's debate on a very pertinent and prevalent and often discussed healthcare policy question, that is, which all our students are worried about actually. That is, should rural service be mandatory for all the MBBS graduates? Yes. So, this topic, it was there since long time. Okay, when I was doing MBBS also, we had the same issue. Even now, this is the same thing is going on. The problem is not about doing or not doing the services, but the students are not able to take proper decision for themselves and how to go about this particular issue. So in this particular session, we will make it very simple for you, that the entire issue will simplify it for you by in a form of debate. Okay, so as I already mentioned, this is a very pertinent issue because this topic touches on mainly four issues. First thing is medical education. We consider it as a part of education, continued medical education. That's agreed. Second thing is a healthcare equity. There is a lot of discrepancy between the available doctors and the need for the patients. So to maintain that, we need, or all the doctors are like occupied in the cities only. Then rural setup, there are no doctors. So that kind of healthcare equity balance need to be done. So that's another necessity. Third thing is as a professional responsibility, and of course, we doctors are meant for service. So as a part of national service, also it's a commitment to do rural service. So there are so many aspects of it. But our goal today in this particular session is to explore both the sides, the both pros and cons of doing compulsory, mandatory rural service. So we will keep it in the form of debate. We have two brilliant minds with us. Miss Sirisha, who is a fourth year maybe a student from AJ Institute of Medical Sciences, Mangalore, and at another leader, Mr. Satvik G. Bhatt from Bangalore Medical College, Bangalore. So today, Sirisha will be talking affirmatively about the topic that yes, we have to do this mandatory service, whereas Satvik will tell me the what are the cons of doing the same. Is it okay? So initially, I request both the participants to give their opening remarks in 2 or 3 minutes within that, in general, why we have to do or why we should not. And then the debate will be open for both. Is it okay? So let's start with Sirisha.
Good evening, one and all. So I'm speaking for the topic, that is rural services supposed to be mandatory for all the students. So one of the most important point that I found, like it is important, is will be providing improved healthcare access, which is very, very important in this setup and this situations, if you see, because it gives remote areas an access to medical care, as well as reducing health disparities and improving overall well-being. And it's also a good opportunity for you to address unique challenges which we don't see mostly in the cities or towns, wherever. So rural doctors face distinct challenges every day, such as limited resources or diverse patient needs, which can enhance their problem-solving skills as well as adaptability. And next is community impact. So doctors in rural areas often become integral to the community, fostering trust and improving health outcomes. So overall, if you just see on the as a whole, if you see, it's actually very mandatory to have rural service, because compared to all the backlogs, if we compare, the majority side always will be on the positive points. So I do say it is mandatory for everyone to at least once in a lifetime to experience rural service, and then see whether it is really helpful or not. So yes.
Okay. Thank you for that opening remark, Sirisha. It was valid and well taken. I have some questions for you later on. Meanwhile, can we have an opening remarks by Satvik?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I will be speaking against this topic of whether rural service is mandatory for all MBBS students. As Sirisha spoke, there is remote areas, challenges across rural areas, and impact and outcome of health. Everything is true, but here we are speaking about, is rural service mandatory for the MBBS graduates, fresh MBBS graduates? First thing is, nowadays no MBBS graduate is going to stop their career at MBBS level. There is MD, there is DM, and upon that also there are challenges while practicing, and not everything is perfect after MD or DM. So in aspiration of all this, if students are sent to rural service, to rural areas, their freedom is gone, and their clinical skills and training is halted there. It may be for just for 1 year, but still halting is halting. That is one thing. And this equity or equality to rural and cities, there are other ways the government can impose this. Rural service to MBBS graduates is just forcing them to go to rural areas and practice there with minimal skills and with minimal infrastructure and facilities. There are other ways wherein postgraduates from that district, all specialty, medicine, surgery, OBG, every specialty should be sent there, should be sent to a particular PHC of rural areas and work there. Despite all this, government is not just giving an opportunity, but forcing students to go into rural service, which I believe is not the solution to bring up rural healthcare facility. Rural healthcare facility is doomed now. All the inequalities happening is due to mismanagement, reduced funding, and all the policy issues, rather than giving opportunity to students. This is what I believe.
Okay. Correct. Whatever you told has got some like substance in it. Okay. Though the question to Sirisha is now mainly it should be made mandatory, or it should be left to the choice of students. Willingly, yes, I should serve in the rural setup. Yes, there is a lot of discrepancy between the urban healthcare facilities and the rural. So I should be doing 1 year or 2 years of service here. So how it should be?
Sir, as of my idea, even like a few 1 to 2 years back, when I knew that there is something called as rural service to be taken after MBBS. So even I was thinking like, yes, it should be a choice, because most of them want to work in the best hospitals in the city, and it's like it's a lot of fancy thing to do, sir. But recently, I've seen a news wherein it's in Delhi. So I've heard in AIMS College, and as well as the college called as the Vardhaman Mahavir College recently. So there were posts, junior resident posts were available for the job. So they had they were taken interview. So if you see I think the posts were 14, if I'm not wrong, in
1,000
Vardhaman
people were
College.
under
But
queue.
yes, sir. But the people who turned up were in thousands, sir.
Yeah.
So I understand, sir. It's be getting opportunities and working in a very fancy hospital with all the equipments, costly equipments, and everything is good. But thing is, there is also the thing that it's not like before. MBBS is not like before, wherein as soon as you complete, you will get everyone is getting placed in good hospitals, good health setups.
Yeah, you only have the point there. You try to provide the same facilities or same thing in the rural setup. Why will not the doctors go there?
And uh, mostly all the rural setups are not being focused by the government, sir.
You are a
But
very
if you
good
get a
doctor,
chance,
Nikki. So what Satvik is telling is only one point. He is willing to do. He is service oriented. For the same reason, he has taken up the medical. But he has a brilliant mind, and he's well skilled. Everything. You go to a rural setup where there is paracetamol also not available to you, and even simple suture is also not available to you. Even at your dispense, even if you want to give the best of your treatment, what he can do is helpless. Then he has to refer to a higher center in a city only for the any management. Then what's the point? He's sitting there like a traffic manager or a referral center.
sir, as of me, it should be mandatory for a year for them to just to see how the things are working in the rural setup. It's not like forcing them to work their entire life. No, you have to sit here and work. No, just to at least see like how it works in the periphery, and how it works in the centralized systems. What is the difference? can I manage the crowd? Am I a good leader? Am I a good skilled person? How is my language skills with the actual people? Not all people will know all the like English or any other common languages what we speak, but you might encounter patients with regional the language and regional problems. Which it's just a chance to explore, sir. So it's like just adding a new subject to your like how you study. Like
Okay.
mentioning subject, we have community medicine, sir. Like one subject dedicated entirely to that field. Like it's basic. It's not based on your medical knowledge or any other knowledge. It's just basically how can you deal with the patient? Can you or can you not? All people become doctors and everyone study medicine. That's good. But when it comes to real life experiences, can you
Education.
like how can we handle? Like without a senior doctor or without anyone's help, when you're alone there at the other point of time, it gives you an idea, sir. Like anything can happen anytime wherever you are.
Getting an
So
idea is okay, but at MBBS level, will you be really able to manage it or not? There is some emergency has come in the night. Okay, as an MBBS graduate, okay, one trauma has come there. Will you be nowadays whatever the knowledge or the skills you are getting as an MBBS graduate or just finished internship? Will you be able to manage it? That is the question. Or if not, just sitting there as of no. Okay, anyway, I'll leave it to Satvik. I'll not take your or anyone's role here. Please, you people carry on. Okay, or else it will be me versus Sirisha. I'm a moderate sitting here in between. Okay. Anyway, I have questions for Satvik also later. Don't worry. The question. Okay, Sirisha, you consider my
yes,
point.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No. Why after MBBS? Why not after MD? Like Satvik mentioned in his opening remarks,
Uh,
you become consultant. Government, you take some you give some jobs to the doctors and post them in the peripheries.
Sir, if it's really a very big emergency where if you don't have resources, I agree that you need to send to a better center like a PHC or a community center. It's good enough for the patient's sake, but I think it's really you should have a hand on, sir. Like sir, as far as if you like what I spoke about unemployment before. So most of the doctors are being unemployed even till date, even after getting a degree from good colleges, but just because the posts were not enough for them to fill. So if having an experience in the rural side, it just gives you another opportunity not to lose hope, sir. Even if you open a clinic with the amount of knowledge you have and amount of
Yes,
experience you
yes.
have gained, so it gives you an opportunity. So like not to lose hope, like still you can work.
Satvik, I'm also having the same thought. See, government is providing you a full free education. Okay, I did my MBBS for less than 50,000 altogether. Government has given me a subsidized education. I finished my entire MBBS within that. I learned from those people only. My patients were my teachers. I learned everything from them, and I have government has given me all the education. Patient, they provided the best of the best hospitals with all the patients to load for me to learn, get trained, everything. Then why you cannot expect the same government to help in turn in any government hospital with the whatever the skills you are provided? You are there sitting as only just a not as a specialist or but just to do the first aid and refer to a the tertiary care center there. At least minimum care. That's what makes a real difference, Satvik. If you ask me, what's the real difference when the patient comes from that village to a city? In that path only, there is some difference happens. Okay. Instead, if there is one first responder sitting in that same village, does some first aid, some sim CPR or some suturing or some first as simple as giving a loading dose of ecosprin in case of MI or anything, that will save his life until he reaches the tertiary care center. As I think MBBS student, you can do that at least that much. So is it wrong to expect even that minimum thing from you MBBS graduates, even after giving so much of facilities for you, Satvik?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Whatever you said is correct. But whatever you said, it was a question to the government. Can you give all those facilities you are given to a government college within so much less money you have provided education? Can't you give facility in the rural health setups? That's a question to the government itself. And one more logic I have put up here is Instead of, you are true. An aspirin loading dose when a patient with chest pain comes, we can save a patient. Or when tocolytics can be given when there is abruption or something in a labor situation. That is, everything is true. But then all these facilities should be there, and people should have the trust to come to rural facilities when all this happens. And one more thing is, all these things whatever I said is again emergency. Instead of sending MBBS, just now they have passed internship. Instead of sending these students, can't we send the postgraduates during their post-graduation? Let's say Shumaga Medical College, there are medicine, surgery, OBGYN postgraduates. 3 months, these PGs can take turn and go to the rural health facilities and work there. There's something called DRP also, but that is again.
No, that's happening there. We will not talk about that. That's already happening. It's executed. That's being done now.
PHC instead of DRP, PHC, primary health center, wherever there is there in rural health services. Why can't these experienced postgraduates who have more skills, more leadership abilities can go there and do a service there? Meanwhile, another point to add here is, when the current situation, these fresh MBBS graduates are alone in that healthcare facilities. There are no postgraduates, or there are no consultants who can guide the MBBS graduates. Whereas in internship, we do all these taxes we do in internship itself. When a hernia patient comes, or we give a loading dose of aspirin in internship itself. But that is under the guidance of a postgraduate who has already done that several times and is telling the intern to do so. But in a rural healthcare facility, no postgraduate or a consultant is there.
I understood your point. See, now that I'll provide you all the facilities, that means that you are ready to do that, right? You agree to do that. I'll give you all the facilities, whatever you need. All the medicines, all the instruments, everything, all the ECG machine, everything I'll provide you. Are you ready to go there and do today?
Sir, and the skills also does matter, no, sir?
Just you're already see what you are given a degree, man. You have been given MBBS degree, and 1 year of mandatory training has been given. Internship has been done, where you are doing entire year in all the departments under the supervision, like you mentioned. Now you have been given a degree and 1 year of compulsory training with all the supervision, hands-on everything. Now, why can't they expect you to do the same thing? What are you doing internship under the supervision for 1 year? Now do 1 more year without supervision. The same thing.
Yes, sir. Very valid question. Very good question. But then again, autonomy is lost. Here in current situation, government is forcing all the students to go to do the rural service. Instead of that, a better alternative is give an option that those who want to do, those who want to earn, or those who want to get more experience, leadership experience, as well as skills, they can only go to a particular PHC and work. Why can't that be done? You're true, very true. Provide all the healthcare infrastructure, equipments, all the things that is required at the basic PHC level, and then give an option to students that those who want can do this, and all the facilities will be provided. Why can't this be done as an alternative, instead of destroying all the dreams, aspirations that graduate has?
What do you say for that? Let's say again he's telling that why can't be it kept as a choice for the students rather than making it compulsory?
Sir, out of if my information is not wrong, out of all the students who are doing MBBS or pursuing any of the medical degrees, everyone doesn't have a choice to do a PG, sir. Maybe choice or a chance. Everyone can't do a PG. So their life mostly depends on the skill and knowledge that they've gained from MBBS itself. So rural service will actually do them a lot of help, sir. Like who can't afford to do a PG.
No. Yeah, let's agree. That's okay. What he's asking is, again, he's telling, okay, can't everyone do PG and all, let's agree. Why it should be made mandatory for all? I'm not interested in doing. I want to do PG immediately and finish off my entire studies and then keep working. Why it should be done now only? I will do after my DM degree. I'll go to rural setup and I'll work there. See, I'm doing after my specialty. I have put up a village center here and I'm working here, sitting. See, 8 o'clock I'm sitting in my village.
Sir, if my point is not, I don't know whether this point is valid if I say this, because most of the people who are pursuing, like who are writing for PG, I think most of them won't make it in the first attempt. So many of them take a drop. So maximum of them take the drop, sir. So when they're taking a drop, why don't they utilize this time for doing rural service? It's like you are learning as well as you are experiencing something. So it that it can be a chance for you to learn something new. So like 1 year, it will not be a waste. At least you learn something new. It's
No,
just
no.
it's like training your mind.
I'm specifically, I'm against it because working and learning doesn't go hand in hand, especially for PG entrance preparation point of view. Okay, it's very, very difficult. Even if you dedicate the entire day for studying, also it's very difficult to finish up your curriculum and you take a good seat. And if you are working the entire day and you're tired by the end of the day, you come back home, you don't have energy left to study or open the books. And even after doing night, some people do duty doctors and all, the night shifts and all, entire day they'll sleep off. Especially I'm not in favor of this particular point, working and yeah, this people do this and they may even excel in that. But I think studying should be done separately, working should be done separately. You can't mix up, especially PG preparation and this what do you say, Satvik?
Sir, absolutely valid, sir. If that was the case, work in do rural service and meanwhile crack PG, then people would have done it in internship itself. Internship is also working and then
Similar, yeah.
studying all together and then clearing NEET PG. Internship is not possible. That's why people internship, there is work and there is studying. It's not possible. That's why people take a drop. Full day, 12 to 14 hours studies. This is another point that against point that I want to mention is when should we do PG preparation if just after MBBS we have to do rural service? If government makes mandatory to every student to do rural service, PG preparation will get hampered. Aspirations, especially those who want to get admitted into a national institutes or NIMANS or any other particular institute where there is specialized training for particular branches, all those things will be gone.
But government's also giving option, at another option. You please help me. I'll help you to get seat easily. I'll give you a quota. You want a seat in NIMANS? I'll give you. You need not have to prepare for NEET PG or any entrance examination. I'll give you through service quota. You do my government job for 2-3 years. I'll give you a free seat in in AIMS. I'll give you NIMANS, or that option is already given by the government.
Yes, that is
why you want to be simultaneously studying or why you want to take two tough job at a time? That option is there for you.
That option is there, but in cost of time, it is not just for 1 year. It is the in-service quota. You are telling about in-service quota. There are postgraduates in our hospital who are in-service PGs, but they are, as far as I have interacted with them, around 7-8 years they are done with their MBBS. They have graduated 7-8 years ago. So what we are speaking is
ultimately what you will be working. You're a doctor. Even if you do post graduation in medicine, for say, you will be seeing the same patient. Even as a government doctor, you will be doing like a same duty. You'll be get paid. You'll be having a good reputation. You'll be having all the facilities, everything, just like a MD medicine doctor. Okay, what's the difference?
The difference is a doctor. Individual choices is the difference. Let's say I clear in repeat attempt, drop attempt, and finish my MD medicine by the age of 26 or 27. Whereas an in-service PG has to work in rural service or a government setup for 4 or 5 years. It depends again. And then he'll complete his MD medicine at the age of 34 or 35. Now, if the guy wants to complete and graduate at the age of 35, he'll do the rural service. But if I want to complete my graduation at the age of 26, 27, settle in life, then I want to take this path again. So again, we come back to the same point that government has to give a choice. You can't force someone to compulsorily.
No, it's very, very simple, Satvik. See, if you give an option to all the people, nobody will choose to do it willingly. Like you said, everyone wants to finish up soon and everyone wants to be a specialist. Then who will remain for even once you finish up the MD, then you'll be not ready to come back to the village and treat the patients. You want to make more. Okay, your ambitions will be more. Your career goals will be different. So if given a choice, nobody will choose it. So only other way around is for the government or any system for that matter to work. Make it for example, I'll give you a simple choice. In a school, you are going to primary school or high school. If in the class, if I announce that whoever wants can wear uniform, if whoever wants to wear your color dress, you can come. Which one you will prefer to wear? Color dress. Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you really want to wear uniform the same every day and go, or you want to wear different dresses and go?
Definitely color dress,
So
but
that uniform, that concept has come to avoid this. That there should not be any discrepancy between. See, I'm Sirisha. You have done rural service, and after 3-4 years, she will do MD, and you both are classmates now. But she will finish MD after some 7-8 years, whereas Satvik will finish in another 3 years. Between the same friends, there is a lot of differences now. So to avoid these kind of differences or discrepancies, government has made uniform rules for everyone. Be it Satvik or Sirisha or Kishan, whomever it is, you all are equal for me. If you're done from MBBS from a government quota or whatever it is, you all have to be doing the same work for government back and then proceed. Yeah, all or none phenomenon. It's correct.
Yes, sir. Yeah, please go.
Sir, if time is the thing, what is the problem here? Like, sir, not everyone clear everything on time, sir. The clearing of, if I start from NEET, if it's good enough, everyone don't clear the NEET in first attempt, don't clear MBBS in first attempt. It doesn't happen like that, sir. There are many situations where people might have to lag behind and go slow, take it maybe because of personal issues or family, whatever it is. So we have seen many interns in our college and in different colleges also who are far more elder to us, and we are like shocked that how come they're doing internship now. So many things can affect the things, but only rural service can't be the only reason affecting the time and speed of this one. Sir, also it's like if you have heard this, no machine is 100% efficient, sir. And whatever rule we make, it can't be good for all the. If a room has 100 people in it, all 100 people can't be on the same side, sir. We always take the majority. When we set a rule, we take the majority, whether it's affecting equal amount of people or majority are being benefited. If majority of people are being benefited by that, so it's good to go by that. So a few people will have to compromise on this. I know it will be a little hard on them, but it is. But on the long run, if you see, you have not done anything bad, sir. It's just an experience. You just gained 1 year of good experience.
So
I think
Sirisha is telling that most of them are like pros only or benefits only there. Satvik, only 1 or 2 that they can't get educated continuously or they can't finish their degree. That's only 2-3 drawbacks are there. So other than that, rest all there good only. She's telling. What do you say for that, Satvik?
Maybe true, sir. May be true, but I have a very good counter argument and a very very good solution to what you said just now. Ki to maintain uniformity, if we give an option, everyone will choose MD only instead of rural service. So I have a very good solution. Instead of keeping mandatory rural service to MBBS students, replace after PG. There is some bond. The concept of bond in many colleges now. Almost every college, Delhi colleges, there wasn't, but now they have also initiated that bond. Instead of keeping that bond, keep mandatory and absolutely mandatory, no influence to any politician who should work. Absolutely mandatory rural service to postgraduates just soon after their post graduation finishes. Now, one thing here is they'll come with 3 years of experience in a particular field. Not only have they completed MBBS.
Oh, that is there, no? Bond is already there. See,
sir, bond is already there.
There is a bond after there is a PG, so there is a bond. And you have signed beforehand. See, even I had signed. Before joining only. While joining MBBS only, I had given a bond that yes, I will do 1 year of compulsory rural service after my MBBS. So when you want to get a seat, you are ready. And after once you finish off the degree, you are not ready. Then that's a double standards, right? That should not happen. Because for all the government free facilities you want. And after once you finish the degree, once you become a doctor, and you're not ready to do your duties back, rights you are got, so duties you are not ready to, because you're before taking the seat only you have accepted. Yes, I'm right or not. It's not that you finish the degree today and tomorrow government will announce no, Kishan, you have to do your duty tomorrow. It's not so. While joining only, they had made you sign one document saying that yes, if you're done from a government seat or government this thing, you have to do compulsory 1 year service later on. You have accepted that, and after finishing, why you are going to the courts and all? No. This cancel this and all. How right is that?
Yes, sir. Many, as far as I know, many postgraduates, especially in Karnataka, there is something called 3 years bond to government after MD, but absolutely no one ever follows it. I don't know how do they escape. There are two options actually. The bond that postgraduate puts you upon is he either work in a government hospital anywhere in Karnataka or a rural service. Most of them prefer either government hospital or teaching medical college. That is the bond actually, or any rural service. So most of them take this option of, those who are doing completing the bond take this option of working in a government college instead of rural service. So instead of giving that option after post graduation, every postgraduate compulsorily, without any reason, without giving any reason, has to complete compulsory rural service. One thing to focus here is he will have an experience of MBBS, whatever. He can manage uncomplicated normal labor. He can manage a few lacerations. He can manage suturing, and whatever specialization he has done, medicine, gynae, or surgery, he can give services of that specialization to the people of that community. If an MBBS graduate has to do rural service, all these facilities to that people is lost. A patient cannot manage a the doctor, surgeon who has come to rural service cannot manage a strangulated hair.
That's agreed. No. We will not deviate from the topic. That's after the PG. Okay.
PG, yes.
You're talking about only UG.
UG.
Will not. That's again 3 years or 5 years or 10 years. You have accepted it beforehand. You knew, no? In Karnataka, if you do the post graduation, you have to serve for 3 years. See, I did not opt for, even though I was getting all the West Bengal colleges for MS. I did not opt for it because I have to do compulsory 3 years. Instead, I opted for some colleges where there is 1 year of bond or so. That's your option is there. It's not that after you finish your degree, suddenly they tell you to do 3 years. Nothing like that. They have given you all the option beforehand only. And there are some states where there is no bond at all. You can opt them also. Okay, so choice is all yours. So if they do like after you finish of the degree, then suddenly if they ask you, then it could be an injustice. Okay, so they're giving you all the hard and fast rules or conditions beforehand. You have agreed to that and you have done the degree, and suddenly as trying to escape from that at the last moment, how it's questionable, right? That's my argument, or not in the same my thought. So
Yes.
anything Sirisha wants to ask to counter Satvik?
Sir, there's only one thing, sir. Like, right? If I think by whatever he said till now, he's thinking like MBBS is not near MBBS is not enough to go and work in a rural setup.
Correct.
Sir, if it was not enough, but by the time we pass fourth year, we won't be named as doctors, sir. That the government is giving you that name doctor, and that means MBBS is kind of maybe not 100% efficient, making you 100% efficient, but 50, at least 50% to 50 to 60% you're eligible, sir. So like before, if you see many old doctors from 90s and things, not all of them have done PG, sir, but they're excellent physicians. The way they've gained their experience through seeing normal people, but I don't think the today's doctors can anywhere match their expertise and their experience. So again, I think I'm repeating the same point, but it's like for few people, rural service is like it's very important, sir, because that will actually give them a chance. Like, okay, we can settle in this as well. This is not a
Correct.
bad
You
idea.
have 1 year of time. See, in an internship only, you can't decide which branch is suitable for you, or where you fit in, whether you have to continue the PG or not, and you have to do some other explore something else. All this, so many dilemmas will be there. So many options will be there. So give 1 year break where you will not taking a rest at home or doing something else, other irrelevant things. You'll be in the same field, and you will get 1 more year of clarity of thoughts before your final destination. See, once you do MS surgery, then you are a surgeon for a whole life. You don't have any other options. But after MBBS, I have all the options in front of me. I can be a physician, I can be a pediatrician, I can be a gynecologist, I can be a whatever, radiologist. But yes, that thought need to be very clear. So they are giving you 1 more year of time to choose the best, maybe. So yeah, this argument will continue. There's no never ending, but most of the parts we have got clear with this now. We heard compelling arguments from the both the sides, Sirisha and Satvik, and to conclude this never-ending debate, I would like both Sirisha and Satvik to take 1 minute time to give your final concluding remarks. One, why it's a must, why it should not. Only one, it should be so effective, and with this, my viewer should be able to decide whether he should do or not. 1 point. What is the most, anyway, Satvik or Sirisha?
Just 1 second, sir.
Yes, sure.
Can I tell?
Yeah, sure, sir.
So for me, if on the long run, if I'm seeing maybe not in the few upcoming 2-3 years, but in a long run, like a decade or later, if I see there's something called as unemployment, which is going to raise in doctors as well. It was not like before that we have less doctors and more patients, but these days there are more doctors coming up. So it will actually give them a chance to clear that unemployment as well. So most of them will get a chance to choose peripheral areas also, so that they don't waste their degree, or they don't feel like they're not worth even after studying, and I'm not able to work in a good institute. So whether we're working in a city or a village, whatever is the same, the work is the same, sir. We are only treating patients. That is the same minimum. The place doesn't change anything regarding what we work. We are not. That is the beauty of doctors, sir. Wherever we work, our work is the same. It is respected.
You
It
need
is the
one
same.
pen, paper, and one chair. Where you nook and corner of the world, you can sit and practice. Anyway, you go,
Yes, sir.
patients will be there. Same complaints. Even if you are in Bangalore,
Yes, sir.
same COPD. If you are in the same where Batranpura, also same village, also same cases
Yes,
will be
sir.
there. Similar ones.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. And if you speak about money, and we're of course paid, sir. But the only difference is we get it in cuts, so we don't see how large it is. If I speak about finance, but at the end of the day, we actually earn more in peripheries, which people don't actually
You are
focus.
right. That's you are right. We are
So,
at some
yes,
notion
that's
that only if you're in city you can earn more, you can become
yes, sir.
rich. Because I have spent 1 crore for medical, now I want to get it back only if in city is possible. No, that's not
Yes,
true
sir.
actually.
Yes, sir.
In fact, the other way around, because there are so many doctors in the cities. You will get out of 10 only one patient you may get. Whereas in the
Yes,
rural
sir.
area, only one doctor is there. So all the 10 patients he will only get.
Yes, sir.
So even
Yes,
if you
sir.
charge very nominal everything, there one doctor may charge 750 rupees, where here you
Yes.
pay charge 100 rupees. So at the end of the day, rural doctor will collect 1,000 rupees, whereas city doctor will collect 750 rupees. That is the
Yes,
final.
sir.
He may have to do little more work or little more energy he might have spent, but
Yes,
one
sir.
that's agreed, Sirisha. Well taken. Thank you. Satvik?
Thank you, sir.
Uh, I appreciate that. I also agree with the same point that everywhere we can work, anywhere we can work. True. I want to put forward a concluding statement that since we are discussing on the topic of whether MBBS graduates and absolutely mandatory,
Correct.
3 things here. As an MBBS graduate, I do disagree with what Kishan sir said, that after internship we are not clear with what specialty we want, what work life we want. I don't think that is true, because most of the students after internship have gone through all the major posting and minor posting and electives. So they should be able to decide what do they want with their life, what do they want next with their life. With that, if mandatory rural service is present, that will go against the aspiration of students just graduating and will be not autonomous. The one who does want to specialize, super specialize, their dreams will be destroyed, partially destroyed with that 1 year rural service. And second thing is facilities. Absolutely rubbish facilities in the rural healthcare services. With that, patient care will also go down. The third thing is, instead of putting mandatory service to just MBBS graduates, better policies can be brought out to bring doctors into the rural side. Incentives, better salary, and better policies in such that postgraduate bond should be made absolutely mandatory, and more experience in rural health setup.
Okay, Satvika, that's true that we all know this thing. So whatever you told is very genuine things. These are the problems, reality. Whatever you told is practical things. Agree with you. But yeah, final thing is it should be as a choice, not as a mandatory thing. That's all. Satvik is telling it should be given to the discretion of the students, not it should be at the government's or any system's disposal, right, Satvik?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
If you are willing, after seeing all the whatever the pros and cons or what are the facilities available, my capacities, if I can work there, if I'm happy, I have to work. If not, it should not be compulsory thing. Okay. Okay. So thank you, both of you, Ms. Sirisha and Mr. Satvik Bhatt, for this wonderful inputs, okay, or very thought-provoking ideas. Now it's very clear that this issue involves multiple facets. It's not so clear, easy. Okay, it's not like we discuss here. It involves, as a doctor, it's involves my moral obligations, right? We have some, we are, unlike other professionals, we are bound by some ethics and all. It's not simple a business or some job we are doing here. And second thing is some practical issues also there, like there is a what a weightage between the supply and demand, and then there's some social obligations also. Some multiple facets are included. So the decision to mandate rural service should weigh or both the what to say need for the healthcare equity and to realize the what the practical obstacles faced by the doctors. Both thing, like government also has to provide all the facilities for the doctors. Meanwhile, doctors also should consider to serve in the rural setup. Okay, so let's continue to have this respectful, very constructive discussions about our roles and responsibilities being a rural doctor or not. Okay, so this is finally this is up to the discretion of a particular student. Okay, and of course it's left to the mandate or the government's decision or system's decision to take. But whether to do or not, after all this discussing all these pros and cons, we should be able to decide this whether I'm able to do or not. Okay, that much I can say at the end of this wonderful discussion. Thank you so much, Sirisha and Satvik. Once again, let's
Thank
continue
you,
to
sir.
have such healthy. This is never not been a debate or some competition here. What we had, I just wanted to things to be a little more clear for our audience. So you have made it very clear, both of you. Let's continue to have some more healthy discussions like this in near future on some interesting topics, debatable topics. Need both of your cooperation or support in this regard. Both of you done really well. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks.
Aditya, shall we end this?